I'm Ozuna from the Braves. It's Dukes and Bell on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. We start off every day and every hour by saying, hey, man. We got to put some respect on this guy's name because all the things that we've gone through with him, and we've been through thick and thin, Marcell Ozuna is one of the biggest reasons why we are where we are right now. And last night, Mike, Ozuna and Acuna both homer. Strider was unbelievable again, and the Braves just continue to find ways to win. And this is what we said. Listen, yesterday, if you listen to the show, and we hope you do every day, this team has it. We've been saying it. I'll probably say it for the next 2 months. We have it. But I don't know what that means from a trade deadline standpoint, Mike, because if management believes that, then maybe they're going to be reluctant with all these guys coming back to do anything.
Look, just go in and get another starter, get some two guys in a bullpen, whatever you think your mark is the most important thing with a bullpen. But this team is loaded. You don't want to squander a team that hits this well. The last time the Braves, they were on pace for 106 wins, and that was the 98 Braves, my first year here in Atlanta, a team that was loaded, a team that had so much pitching, and Bobby Cox got in that stupid platoon crap, and they blew it against the Padres in the NLCS. That's a team that could have beat the Yankees. 99 team had some injuries. Javi went down, for guys who remember that year. 98 is probably the best Braves team to never get to the World Series. Let's not squander this opportunity. That team had pitching up to yin-yang. Let's go get some more.
All right, guys. As we talk about last night, and Ozuna, the reason why I'm high on him, and it's because he has dug himself out of the depths of hell. He was hitting 58 or whatever it was to start this season, and we all were on his butt for being bad. But Ozuna was 2 for 12 with 5 strikeouts against this pitcher Gray yesterday, Mike, before hitting his home run. So you were thinking as you watched, you were probably going, okay, well, he's not had any success against this guy. And he's just grinded his way back to an unbelievable season. In March and April, 085 was his average, Mike. In May, 297. Now in June, he's hitting 314. And that's with 5 home runs and 15 RBI. He is a big reason why we are here. And he also has a 7-game hit streak going on with Marcell Ozuna.
Right. At one point, his OPS was 390. I mean, this dude was in the biggest, again, you wouldn't remind you guys, it was the biggest slump of his career. And throw on top of that the off-the-field stuff. It was funny because just the other day, you and I were talking about Marcell because he's contributing almost, as you said, on a nightly basis. And I don't know what it is. Look, I don't know. I can't understand how some people just relish the fact they like to just dig and dig and dig and don't wish for a guy to get his life in order. And, yesterday it was 2 days ago, going round and round with this guy on Twitter. I'm like, whatever happened to compassion? Whatever happened to empathy? I mean, yeah, he's made some mistakes, but I mean, you guys, you basically, you hate him? You literally hate the guy? I don't know what to say to you, especially when your profile says you're a good Christian. I mean, that's not very Christian of you to be that. You know what I mean? Let's try to hope this guy gets better. Hate the sin, not the sinner, right, Carl? Is that what they say?
I'm Ozuna from the Braves.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
He's a big nitwit, but they love him in that clubhouse, and the guy's producing. So let's roll.
He's a big-time player.
Yes, he is.
Thank you, Snit.
It is Dukes and Bell, 404-726-0929. It is our Solomon Brothers Diamond text line. We are on fire, guys. And I'll tell you who else is on fire, is Strider. Strider right now, okay, and I got to tell you this. Outside of Shohei Ohtani, he's the only other guy I want to see pitch right now. Like, when Shohei goes up, I'm like, okay, he may strike out 9 and he may go 3 for 4, which is insane. But Strider, Mike, winning his 5th consecutive decision. He reached double-digit strikeouts for the 11th time in 36 starts. Guys, the start of this guy's career, and let's knock wood, it's unbelievable what he's doing right now. I'm telling you, this is the pace he's on to do something really special if this continues in his career. And so you talk about last night, and he comes off of 9 strikeouts the previous matchup
Correct.
or the previous game,
Correct.
And then he strikes out 10 last night. Mike, starting pitching and this hitting can get us to the World Series. And again, if we get Fried back, and Strider's doing what he's doing, and Morton's been better than expected, and we get some of the help that we've got coming back, we're going to be a big problem.
But this is my beef. When you and I were going round and round about Strider a few weeks back, and I was saying, get that third pitch going, throw the changeup. He's throwing the changeup more. He's throwing the changeup in the better spots, and he's mixing up the slider with the fastball when he's seeing that lineup for the 3rd time or the 4th time, and it's paying huge dividends. So if he continues to develop that changeup, I'm telling you, bro, this guy is. We all know what he's at, where he's at. Teams can tee off on the fastballs, Carl. That's why you see sometimes the pitch count gets him in trouble because there's so many foul balls. He did such a great job of getting ahead in the counts, and again, minimal pitch count innings. This was what we're expecting from Strider, and he went to full 7. I know it's not 9, but I'll take 7. It was a great performance.
Mike, and to your point about the other pitches, listen, guys in the big leagues can catch up to 99. I mean, it sounds fun and like, wow, that's impressive when you see it. But these are big league hitters. If you don't throw off speed stuff and you can't keep them off guard, they will catch up to 99. So last night when he's throwing that and he's throwing it past guys, part of that was the setup. I can throw 99 past you when I'm setting you up with these other pitches that Mike is talking about. Let's hear Spencer Strider talk about being at a point in the season where, he should be able to, correct himself in the game and get back on track.
I mean, I've had games where the results should have been worse. I don't think that the outcome's necessarily indicative of, the inputs all the time. Every game's a different game. I try not to let the last one, good or bad, affect the next one. We're getting to the point in the season where I think some things are starting to feel a little more comfortable and a little more natural. And hopefully that, more so than anything, helps sort of even within a game when things are starting to waver or go off the rail a little bit, start to course correct.
You saw his reaction. Oh, blankety blank blank. After Gallo was hitting dead red, thinking fastball first pitch.
They can get to it.
Came up first pitch swinging, got it. It was low in the zone, and he deposited in center. But that's it. Everything else we just talked and he talked about. You mentioned it, mixing up the pitches. I love. Frenchie talked about it last night. The changeup's becoming more effective, more bigger part of his arsenal. I love it.
Here's Strider talking about that fastball and mixing up pitches and how he felt about it last night.
No, it's just how it falls. Like I said earlier, we don't really set out with any goal for usage necessarily on any pitch. So it's more so just trying to have everything at our disposal so we can go to them when we need them, when the hitters present opportunities to throw certain pitches. And, it starts with getting ahead and having some amount of a game plan. And that's, like I said, we have a little dialogue in between innings usually in terms of what we're wanting to do and what we think will be effective. And those conversations are more detailed when I'm able to execute more of my pitches like I was tonight. So, like I said, I give credit to Sal, Cranny, and Travis for kind of helping me through that one.
He's a thinker. He's not just out there trying to overpower people, which he can, but he's thinking. He's thinking about how he's going to do it, what he wants to do. He's shaking off pitches. But Travis d'Arnaud and those guys, man, they have done a great job in calling his games. And, Mike, he is on his way. He could be a 20-game winner this year.
Totally.
Could be.
It's a maturation process, watching this guy get better and better every day. So, look, last year he wasn't 100% against the Phillies. You put him where he is now, we probably go into the NLCS and beyond because he would have obviously been dominant. This is a guy who's making it. Again, he's learning. He's still learning. He's still a young guy. So, great to see. By the way, speaking of d'Arnaud, good night behind the plate, 1 for 3 with a walk. How about when he got picked off at first? Did you see? I couldn't. I was like watching on TV, but I can't believe it. And I thought they said on the broadcast, probably not going to challenge that. The catcher getting nailed at first. We'll just save that. We'll save that challenge for later in the game. That's about the only thing you could complain about from the Braves last night.
Good pickoff move, man. I mean, he got him. Got him. Right. Hey, you guys can always chime in. Follow us. He's Mike Bell, ATL. I'm at Put 'em Up. See Dukes, the radio show. Dukes and Bell 929. Follow the radio station at 929 The Game. Stay up on everything that's going on. We are live on Twitch at ATL 929 The Game and on YouTube at 929 The Game. You can watch us, guys, and interact with us that way. Big Bo behind the glass, our engineer. Of course, Turtle is executive producing. Let's hear from Brian Snicker. What did he think about Spencer Strider's outing?
Really good. No, I thought his last two had been really, really, really good. And tonight I thought he was probably in one of those modes and rhythm where he could have pitched all night.
I agree. Like, to Mike's point, in the seventh, did you really want him to leave? Like, did you really want to leave him out there? I'm always of the assumption that if a guy is pitching well, we're not in trouble. Leave him out there. Right. But, again, they're thinking long-term, and they're thinking they got to be careful. And if he goes another 2, what does that mean? I don't know, Mike. I wanted to leave him out there. I'm not going to lie.
I'm with you, but, 100 pitches seems to be the magic number, and because there was some issues with him with wear and tear last year, they're going to err on the side of caution. Of course, when McHugh comes out and looks like he's going to give everything away, you're sitting there like, the tying rum comes to the plate, and I'm ready to throw something at the television. Yeah. By the way, great job, I thought, last night from Ben Heller coming in in a what we just call a pressure situation. That was high leverage, but he got the big out last night. And then I don't know how you feel about Kirby Yates, but he gets his first save in like 4 years. He was pretty good for the Padres a couple years back. That's his first save in a long time, and he held it down last night.
Yeah, I think it was 2020 maybe since he had his last save. Iglesias back-to-back days up there in Cincinnati. So again, that's why you saw them go in a different direction.
The bullpen was used in such a way that's why they had to go with Soto. You could argue some of the B team last night, but hey, they got the job done.
The other good news is Brian Snicker was talking about Max Fried, and we're going to talk more about this because this is now about how we add to this success. And Fried, who has that strained left forearm, is continuing to throw bullpens. Grant mentioned this yesterday. We'll talk to him later in the show. Through his third bullpen session before the game yesterday. He's been on the injured list since May 7th. They're hoping he can come back after the All-Star game, Mike. And if that happens, that's more ammunition for this starting pitching and this rotation.